Dimick from Oxy. I'm kind of surprised with that. We've been seeing them do a lot more.
Uh-oh.
And, oh, no.
Oh, the long darts.
It's okay, it's okay. It's going to land. Hey! Worry being in play. Go. Hey, that rock came out of nowhere. That's fine. He's going to get dropped. So much damage coming through. Running right by a wild card. They're going to get...
Compound getting pushed down here by Envy, and that's going to be venerating going.
What the f is going on?
My name is Mickey Mouse.
My god.
I can start singing again.
Go ahead, sing it, sing it.
Marry me, Juliet, summer we can be alone. Marry me, Juliet, summer we can be alone. I'll be waiting, all you have to do is run. Purdy can be the prince and I'll be the princess. It's a love story, Purdy just say yes.
Oh no.
No.
Please, somebody tell me they're recording.
Oh, please, I hope that's on the highlights next week.
Alright guys, here's a strat. Use your mouth and talk.
Words.
I can't.
Communicate
Just try
with
it.
words, not
Use
thoughts.
words. Yes, exactly.
Alrighty, boys, here's the strat. Frags, and
Don't yell,
then possibly win.
and then no yelling.
And then try not to yell.
Ooh. Hey guys,
Okay,
stop,
no,
listen,
can I
no,
play-
let me
no.
talk first. Stop
Please.
focusing the field side, and we
That's
gatekeep
not even
the
it. That's
edge.
fine. I understand that.
We
No
we
one's-
tunneled
no.
field.
No, the biggest
We
problem,
did.
D, Invex, you do this a lot. Please listen.
Just loot fast. Don't
I can
get
take that if you
preoccupied
want
here.
I already got
Do
it.
not get preoccupied here. It's not good for the force. We don't want it on.
How many
It's not
explosives
bad.
you guys have?
I see them running in the open 190, running left to right.
Yeah.
We don't have much of a
Nice.
Nice! Flush.
Do I get an angle?
Knock. Let me kill.
Crosshair and Dimick, you had no idea Zampa just got a new toy and really wanted to play with it.
That was like the best timing. Is like, you know what? I would love to. Oh, look, a guy to shoot. Blam. I love the way this gun sounds. Here, let me shoot it real quick. Okay.
One of them made it to the rock, 100%.
I see the guy on the rock. I maybe can get knocked. I am gonna go for an angle.
He smoked out the rock, nice.
Start looking for kills. There's Zampa again with the AWM.
I'm healing right now, I'm healing.
Peek me on the rock, one on the rock still. Don't get knocked, He's out soon, he's out soon. He's pushing out now, on the left side of the rock.
Knock him.
One of them's already,
All dead on T9.
7 alive, 3. 4 3 probably.
I'm in the fence,
On the compound,
Hey,
in the shack, Don't push.
And Tempo Storm spots it out. Felix takes a lot of bullets right to that face.
Healing.
This ridge down under me is
healing.
good. If one of you can get down low to me, it's decent.
I'm healing.
It's good low ground. Get on that rock right in front of you.
Come.
Baited, it's all.
Left, one left.
Nading from shack still one shack.
I'm watching that guy. I have everything on.
One's out. He's smoke. He's wrapping on the rock.
He's on the right. Tag.
Left shack.
Left guy low.
He's running back on the wall.
That's wrapping left on the wall.
Let's go.
Tempo Storm, 17 kills. They fought their way through the forest to grab that one.
Oh my God. So close. I mean, look, Lazarus, you could argue they chucked that game as far as...
Hey everybody, welcome back to the NPL Royale. We are heading into our final game of day one here. This is Group A on the stage. Our pros and our contenders are all mixed together in this competition. And to get to know our contenders a little bit better, we've got a quick interview with Charity from the Happy Campers. Now, you might remember the Happy Campers from preseason. You guys had some really great games. You went down to Contenders, where you've been competing all season long so far. How's Contenders been for you guys?
It's been all right. We're in 4th total for Contenders, but the points are so close between 4th and like 12th, so it's really anyone's game still, but we're sitting happy.
That's a nice place to be, right up near the top. But what you have to do is you have to get in the top half of Group A to qualify for Sunday, where $80,000 are on the line for this special event. So do you know where you guys are sitting point-wise right now?
Well, we had a rough game 1, but good game 2 and 3. I'm guessing right around the middle of the pack. I'd say 6 to 8. We're top 8, which is all that matters, so we just need to continue doing what we're doing, and we should be fine.
So we're going to be looking at more of the same play from THC going into this final map here?
Yeah, we're not going to be changing up much.
All right, and what would you say is the ingredients for a standard THC play? A little bit of aggro, a little bit of a long rotation? How do you guys like to play?
We try not to rotate as much as is needed sometimes, but overall, I mean, it's a mixture of aggression and passive. It just depends on what the play calls for.
Yeah, Happy Campers, it's right in the name. I should have known that. Well, you guys had a lot of success in the preseason, finding yourself a nice little compound, holing up there. What has been stopping you from pulling off the same kind of strategies so far in the first 3 games?
Realistically, the circles have shifted off of us pretty hard for game 1 and 2. Game 3, we did get kind of blessed on a south circle shift, but overall, we've had to rotate decent ways to get to the compounds we want, and so I think that's been what's stopping us from keeping that center compound and holding down.
All right, well, give me a little top down on your team. How have they been functioning today? Who's been doing what? And who's really been shining, in your opinion?
Oh, Spray, definitely. He's our new pickup. We originally were playing with Jay all day, and then Spray came on for Phase 1, and he's tearing it up today. I think he's at like 6 or 7, 8 kills and over 3 games, so he's definitely pulling his weight and then some.
All right, well, it sounds like you guys have a plan going into this last match, so I'll let you get back to your team, work that out. Thank you so much, Charity. And now I want to welcome up to the stage, it's Joker from Low Key Esports. And you guys are chill, you guys have been taking it low key here, but you need to pump it up for this last match. Are you guys going to be able to do this?
Yeah, we're gonna take a couple risks, try to get some points off kills, and hopefully, get center, dive for center, and get some points.
Dive for center, get some aggro in there. Now, when you say you're going to pick up more kills, what is the strategy for you and a team picking up kills? Are you going to be spreading out? Are you going to be closing in on teams, hunting anyone down by name, perhaps?
We're just gonna unleash Rello. He's just gonna look for some knocks, maybe team wipe a team or something like that, and then we'll just hunt people down after he gets some knocks.
Do you guys have a sense for where you are on the leaderboards qualifying for Sunday?
Yeah, we're at the bottom half, so we're not doing too hot. That's why we're gonna take some more risks right now.
All right, you got nothing to lose. You're gonna go nuts here. So tell me, when you guys gotta, amp up the aggro, when you gotta amp up the energy, what do you guys do as a team to make that happen?
I don't think we do much. We just stay focused. We know what we gotta do, get some points and get up there. Otherwise, just focus.
Am I ruining your focus right now by asking you a million questions before you go into the final match?
No. We're still laser focused. We're good.
All right, cool. You can consider this practice for your winner's interview later on. But you know what? We'll let things play out as they're intended. I'm going to send you back to your team and say thank you to you. And I'm going to give it over to our analyst to take us into this final match.
Did she just wink at us?
Oh, I wasn't looking.
I'm taking it. I'm taking it. Laser focused is low key, as will be the rest of the teams on the right side of that brackets. My name's Toffees, joined by the Cammy D. It's the OGN Super Arena, and this is the NPL Royale. Last game about to start, Cameron.
Yeah.
This is the beauty of the scoring system for me, is at any time, anyone can go bananas. You can go BANANAS, get a bunch of points, and get yourself into the top 8.
Yeah, I mean, you heard Loki saying that they need a strong final game, and so they're going to go for the high risk, high rewards, because a low risk, low reward isn't going to give you enough if it pays off, so you just got to go for the Hail Mary and go out. And so I'm expecting this final game to be really explosive as we see more teams, especially from the bottom half, try and do that same thing.
And it may sound crazy, but honestly, STK doing so much domination is good for the teams on the bottom half, because it means they've sponged up a lot of the points that other teams could have padded numbers with.
Yeah, you kind of stole my content from the leaderboard section that I was saving up, but it's fine, We can approach it again later. Yeah, when it's one team that's taking so many points, that means that the teams, especially the ones on the borderline of qualifying and not, like 6, 7, 8, won't have as many points if it were a more linear spread.
Yeah.
So that is good for the teams right below them, like 9, 10, 11, 12.
Well, let's take a look back, speaking of STK's plays, on how they got to that point. It's highlights time, Cammy. Highlights. Start us off.
Whoa, this one was hard shift bonanza.
Hard shift bonanza. Speaking of Sharky, high ground. Easy.
Yeah, I mean, a good call by Sharky, and I don't know, playing around those buildings, it's really weird to do. But look at Sharky, again, taking even more long-range shots. He has been a monster.
That's Tempo Storm, though. They went out third, and they still racked up 8 kills.
Like, they're going to get the 8 kills.
It's not 20. 8's pretty good,
It's
though.
not 20, but if you get 8 every single game, that's really, really good. But what's this? Kobe!
That's one of the best nades I've seen of the week. Beautiful shot, and not much you can do against it. When the nade is cooked right, it's just so tasty.
Yeah, and rough last second too late. Attempted med in the blue. Like, hard shifts are rough. You see so many teams. Was that supposed? We don't know. Was that supposed to be a smoke or a brag?
No, he killed himself on purpose.
Okay, so yeah, he denied points. Good play.
Deny.
Good play.
Deny. Yeah. When in doubt, deny it. I learned that in politics. I think it applies here. Deny the kill. All right, Valier takes a couple of nice shots here at EU, who's had a really tough day, man.
I mean, why tempt fate too? Let's not
mince words. It's true. These two teams have had a struggle today. I think WTF trying some new things out. E United as well. It's just not working. STK, though, Ironman have come up in spades.
Absolutely. This is the start of their run. Already 6 kills. About to make it a couple more as they wipe Dave off the map. Dave did do a little more action this game, so let's not forget that.
It was better, but will it be enough is the real question here.
They still got 1 round, but let's go. STK continuing to push forward, and this fight against Tempo Storm was just really ridiculous. Tempo Storm did get the first initial knocks, and it looked like they were going to cut off STK's run, but the amazing play and the prepared flank by Adam to allow Purdy to then get the second and swing all their favorites, absolutely amazing.
Endemic up on top of the hill, but Purdy doesn't care with the low ground. They still make it an advantage for themselves. Here's the play from Crispier that we loved, though. He went ahead and played it aggressively. He didn't try to sweep around. He didn't try to go for the res.
Yeah, 70 kills for STK, though, absolutely bonkers, and they are going to be in a huge lead.
By the way, so for those of you who are keeping track at home during the actual NPL season, we created something called the 16K Club because it seems very tough to get into. Right now, in terms of the season so far, we only have 3 teams: E United, Tempo Storm, and STK now enters for the 2nd time.
Does that count, though? Because that was from Super Week. It's from NPL Royale.
Yeah, but I think it still counts. It's a lot of kills.
It'll be an asterisk on there. It's like a secondary.
But they still got on regular. So these guys are fragging out well. They've been evolving as a team inside of this meta. They play well as a unit, and I think that that's what speaks to them, is their communication is strong. We saw it on La Drillers when they were fighting there. Yeah. They move very effectively. 2 to sweep, and then always 2 out to the flanks.
It's bonkers. Like, they have an event horizon. Yeah. If you go into that, you're done. You're dead. You're donezo.
Their event horizon.
You're out of it,
sucked into that black hole. All right, let's talk about Miramar and the map. Last mirror match of the day. Southern Plain, which, you know what, when you see it, you go, well, it's probably going to be an NPL circle anyway, so let's just drop on the south.
I mean, I wouldn't change your drop off of that. You can't call circles. It is still, you know, allegedly 100% random. But yeah, so it was an East Coast circle, which is certainly helpful for the teams on the east side, but just the hardship of the hardship, it was like pinball, the way that their circle moved, and we're going to see the first couple reminders in
That's the nature of our circles, though, right? If you don't lose play area to the cliff, you lose it to the water.
This is an NPL circle because half the circle is out of bounds.
Unplayable.
It does shift off immediately, but then just...
but it's created such a tight real estate that essentially the final circle is already inside. It's where most of the teams are already pushed. That's why you see a little bit of a slowdown there in the second circle and then just cranks back up on the final. STK with a long meandering rotation to end up right where they essentially began. Their opponents, on the other hand, had a long transition.
We're going to look at the final 3? That's 4, but this initial fight going over once again between STK and Tempo Storm. Just the initial shots by Tempo Storm.
It looked like Tempo wanted to move a push. Zampa got aggressive. It seemed like his team called him back there, and STK capitalized on that, came forward, got themselves a nice fight here, but what wins it for me is Endemic comes up on top of the hill. What happened here, Cameron?
Crispier had an opportunity to revive Mini Fridge, but he recognized smartly that the 2 remaining teams were on the other side of the cliff. Mini Fridge hadn't been knocked too many times, so his bleed out time wasn't that long, so he went up and tried third party where he could before getting the revive and then making that final 2v2.
Stole himself a nice kill, at least 1, puts up those numbers, and still got the res. but that it was not meant to be. In the res time, SDK was able to readjust. So one could argue, Cameron, if he had gone for the res instead of the finish, they might have been in a better spot to counter SDK's push.
But you rely those points, and to get damage on an opposing team is definitely a go-to move. You never know the way that the domino is gonna fall, because when you have 16 teams, one move, there's a what's it called, the butterfly effect that's gonna change something else later on in the game. You never know what's gonna fall, so you go for the damage and the points because there is a much better chance it's gonna help you later no matter what.
Absolutely, a nice explanation of the butterfly effect. But let's check out day 1, match 3, as it falls out. Shoot to kill, 27 points. It's ridiculous. I mean, that's the thing, though. You brought it up, and apparently I stole it from you. This idea that they're soaking, they're sponges who are just yanking all the points out of this field. 20 in the last one, 27 on this one. I mean, that's good news, though, for the guys on the bottom.
It is. They just need one solid game. White Temp Fate, they've been in 9th, 10th a lot. They can have one good game and kind of leapfrog themselves up. Same with Mustache Dave. They didn't have a great first 2 games, actually pretty awful, but tied for 4th in this one. It's only 7 points, but it's a start.
We should see in the next grouping Tempo, Shoot to Kill, Endemic, yup, easily at the top, very comfortably. Shoot to Kill can just go home if they want to and not play the last game. That said, because the points are so top heavy, 4th through essentially 12th is 9 points apart. So if you're talking 8th is the cutoff, there's not much gain required. Even our last place team only needs 10 points to get themselves onto the left side of those brackets. Remember, those of you just tuning in, left side advances to Sunday and plays for the 40K.
I mean, yeah, so low-key, even though if you're in 16th place, you know, you can't help but feel a little unfortunate. It's like, did we lose our window? But because of the points, they only need 10 more. You want to throw a couple of kills on that as well. Easily get onto the left side, and so I hope to see them, as well as other teams like Noble, Denial, everyone on the right side, to go for those high-risk, high-reward plays to put yourself on the left side of the leaderboard.
Stop playing careful. Featured teams in match 4 who we'll be keeping an eye on. E-United and Noble both coming out of the NPL. Low-Key and the Happy Campers coming out of Contenders. But the real story here is these are 4 teams on the right side of the bracket. When I say right side, I mean wrong side, Cameron.
The incorrect side.
Yes, so they need to get their way over there. So let's take a look at those teams right now. Cameron talking a little bit about E-United.
E-United, all eyes were on them from preseason, and they have so far failed to deliver. And the fact that they're still on the wrong side of the leaderboard here means that they still have some growing to do. They still need to figure out what it was that allowed them to win preseason, or at least perform as well as they did. Bring that back now, but they still have that one game. They just need to go big, get those third-party action that we fell in love with, and they can do it. I know they can. We've seen them put up good kills. They had that fight against White Temp Fate last game. We're back on air and go, get the third-party, everyone. Do it.
Get out of your head, get into the game, and get on the triggers. Play what you know you can. I think they're a little bit of crisis of confidence right now. The next team we're going to talk about is Low Key Gaming. They said in the interview, we will take more risks and unleash the Raylos. Let's hope that they actually do that. I want to see some great performance out of them. They did have a big shift recently, Cameron. Fignaldo and Mr. Blown Apart both joining the team. One of their players had to stay in the OCE. That was Charlie. Gibbs had to go to work. These 2 new players have had less than a week for both of them to adjust to the style of play. I think they're doing okay for having a week to get ready. You don't think so?
No, I mean, 16th place is never a good sign, but I'm waiting for the reload moment, waiting for the steamroll to come out from these guys. No pressure.
Absolutely. Now, their numbers are from the season in Contenders.
Yeah.
They have a better kill average than United, different group of people to play with. But the new add-on, Blister Blown Apart, I think is a big deal. He's sort of helped pick up the IGL for this team. So he's brought a voice of reason to the roster. And I think whether or not they get to Sunday this week, the next 2 weeks in Contenders will be very good for them. They're going to start to work their way up and set themselves up for a potential run at the relegations.
Yeah.
Next team up, Cameron, Noble. Talk to me about these guys.
A similar story to United. They had that amazing final game, especially to get themselves into Pro League, but then they just haven't been able to unlock that fire. We saw some moments of it last week, but so far they're still struggling. They're still on the bottom of the leaderboard here. They need to figure out what they need to do to go for that action. Just go for those high kills. Their rotations were never that strong to begin with. Even on the games that they performed well in, it wasn't off of rotations. It was going for the pushes and going for the kills, going for the team fights. So on the final game, they can pull it out. We need to see them do it.
Absolutely. I think they've got the potential. They have moments of brilliance nonstop. And our last team that we'll be featuring here is THC. They said we aren't going to change much. Rachel asked them, are you an aggressive style of play or a passive style of play? And they said we really are kind of a hybrid. And it's not a big surprise hearing that THC is a hybrid. They made a couple of changes recently, or one change, I'm sorry. They picked up Spray instead of Jay all day, and they said that the team chemistry has had a huge impact. They're feeling strong. They're feeling like they're really on an upswing. You got to take the risks, though. You got to get into that left side of the bracket. You got to make it work. And now 3.88 is not a bad kill count based on what we've been seeing from the teams featured so far.
It's really not. They're tied for 6, and they're currently 4th in contenders, so we know that they can pull it out when it matters. Just one good game. One good game.
Absolutely. And, you know, I will say that when we talk about contenders, 4th place through 11th is very close.
Yeah.
They are in the dog fight there, so a good showing here. Might give them a little more respect and sort of leave us alone currency, if you will, when it comes going back to contenders. Noble on the other side is in 15th place in the NPL, and if they don't pick it up, they're going to be seeing THC in a couple of weeks here at relegations. That said, it is time for our final match of the day, a return to Erangel, and we will be headed over there with the Cerberus of NPL. Poro, Matcham, and Moses. I had so much excitement, I actually blew my brain.
Tried so hard. I've never actually heard the bottom of the barrel, but I think that was actually it. But NT Toffees, NT. But as, you know what? I appreciate the intensity and dedication that Toffees brings to every single broadcast.
Absolutely.
As well as his puns. And wow, that was it. So as far as United is concerned, we actually have a scoreboard that's very tight, gentlemen.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the great things about watching these 4 teams that we're going to be looking at. United, Loki, Noble, and the Happy Campers. The Happy Campers sitting in 4th right now. United on that cusp spot, though.
Yeah, 12 points. Good enough for 9th place right now in EU United. Y-Temp Fate tied with them. And Loki found themselves in a pretty not bad spot. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Why not? Yeah. Cerberus. Well, Noble, they're 15th at NPL. They're 15th here in Royale, and at the very least, they are consistent. Tell me how they're trending upwards. Yes, indeed. Please. Tell me more.
The only thing I'm going to say with Noble is every single time we're just like, okay, Noble.
I get yelled at for being toxic.
They somehow managed to turn around and get that necessary game, and it's going to be very big. But the Happy Campers, again, very, very passive play style. They always want to go towards the center and get control over it, and it's paying off for them.
Yeah, no, Happy Campers definitely had a good day. And I mean, we've seen this same style come out from them in the preseason. Well, it's all up to them now. And okay. Well, that's going to be a plane path, and it's going to be going low and slow and very far south as everyone is now looking at this plane path in disgust. Who avoids the military island in this plane path? We'll find out.
No pressure, just the last game to find out if you make it over to Sunday, have money. We talked about the fact that a lot of people right in that spot where then maybe they can get into the top 8. Let's just throw a plane path like this.
Yeah, why not? Just keep it dirty south for the last 2 games of the night. This one being on around, you can see low-key heading towards Novo. But the real question is going to be with this plane, what kind of circle are we going to see and how tragic is this going to be? Just a public service announcement really quick. Okay. Erangel. Yeah, well. As far as, you know what, it's funny to see how people adjust, or how teams adjust rather, to these really, that was probably the grossest Erangel plane path I've seen in a while. Yeah, coming right to left and going like that far south is rough. Over water the entire time. Well, we still have 8 seconds before we see what this first circle holds, but THC has the entirety of Milton Power to themselves, going all the way to Milton Power, Milton Minor. And here we go, right dead center. Not the worst circle for that plane path. No, it's going to be a pretty easy rotation. I think if you can get a vehicle on the south side, you can see it's kind of a jumble around that Milton region with Y10 Fate, Noble, THC all tangled up. But people were forced military. There's no way around it.
Get ready for the mass rotation. Everybody's going to go around up towards the north.
You see southwest right now? I mean, this is cruise, shoot to kill, denial, all right on top of each other, having to go through lots of tempo. But we see United making their way past Duck. Oh no, Duck! Oh,
that's some nice shots coming out from Duck. There, just goes no. You don't come over here. This is our home.
That is how you conserve ammunition. You just land those shots early. Duck just going right back to Luton here, as United's going to deliver them a nice UAZ.
Meanwhile, Vac gets taken out by Adam on the other side of that.
That's a rough start, guys.
Well, this happens when we see one of these planes.
It's a tough plane path, man. You get forced into these naked vehicle rotates where all you can get is a car, and
In this case, there's 3 to a vehicle for Crew. Who is that? That's Tempo
that's
Storm.
Dre.
You have to know. You have to know Tempo Storm loots this. This is very dangerous. Sure, you've got the numbers. I would almost say that if you're going to try to do this, if you're going to try to encroach on Tempo Storm, you do it early when you know they're split apart.
Yeah, PUBG, unfortunately, not a game where you can have the strategy of crashing in with 3 men and just start punching and hope for the best.
Man, they're running the gauntlet right now. Tempo Storm has just arrived in their loot spot, so they're not very ready for a 3-man Crew vehicle. But for the center of the zone right now, this is the time. Mustache Dave is what? 3-4 points out of 8th place.
Well, look at Crew. I mean, Crew is currently in 8th place with 14 points, and they're just running through a gauntlet right now. Is Geist going to take some long-range shots here at Duck? Maybe avenge his fallen teammate.
At least get the tires. I like that. It's like, no. Okay, you can run over there, but trying to connect on those last couple of shots, Duck now is going to be living in this warehouse.
You got to let him get in the car first. That's why he's stationary, pop him in the face. Come on, guys.
Look, Duck, hopefully Duck wasn't going out there to try to loot.
Okay, so Crew came over. We talked about it. They were driving around where Tempo Storm is at, and Tempo Storm's like, no, this is our home. You don't get to come over here ever again.
This is what cyberbullying looks like.
This is huge, though, for Crew. If Tempo pulls this out, and they have no reason not to. Pull over.
They have guns. It's like, this is the police.
But like we just said, Crew is currently in 8th place. If they go out in 16th here with no kills,
nailed it. Okay.
That's all right, Zampa.
Careful. There we go.
But yeah, this could be really bad for Crew here. They don't have any guns right now. They need to do something.
Well, this is not the place to go if you want guns, man.
No.
Come here.
Zampa's just hunting. Look at this. Jumps out. This is going to be full run and gun. What do they manage to get off of it? Zampa's got the AK. This is great for close range. You can see the Crew guys are just running like, okay, find a crate, hide in it, pray we get a gun. Zampa's still just trying to surround the outside of this. Sharky's now here as well. Mystery's over there. That's going to be Waldo getting called out. Maluk's on the other side of it. Mystery is just running. He's got near on no life. Just like, please, let it go. Where did Leda end up at? He's just to the right of Zampa and Sharky.
Oh, he's got a gun now. Mystery is not completely defenseless. He's low health. And now Tempo Storm was literally swarming. Leda, he's got himself a gun as well. Sharky is just patrolling.
He's being a shark. He is circling
like a shark here, maybe. Yeah.
Okay, now Crew. Okay, you're alive.
Toffees wishes he had that one. Mystery got himself a Mini 14 and a Car 98 and a couple of bandages.
Don't come in.
Be enough here is.
Oh, I think that was a shot from somewhere. They heard that, so Sharky now has to be aware. I don't think it was Mystery that took the shot. It might have been Leda that was holding that angle. Tempo Storm now starting to flood in.
This is a symptom of Tempo being comfortably in the lead.
Yeah.
I don't think they are in any danger. Sharky's getting
white and the flush.
And Maluk is going to try and trade.
Look at this, Leda! What? Look at that! He's like, okay, you want to keep screwing with me? Not gonna let it go. Mystery now running over to this. Zampa and Maluk, they're like, okay, maybe we overplayed our hand just a little bit.
The cyber bullies just got worked as your boy Dre is now currently being all the way off to the south, being surrounded by shoot to kill, but this is Tempo just getting their just desserts.
But Leda doesn't know. Leda's sitting there like, where's the fourth? Where's the fourth? It's coming. Where's it happening at? And no, we're pretty safe right now. Your boy Dre's actually dealing with shoot to kill a couple of kilometers away.
Well,
things you can do when you have disgusting leads in the leaderboard.
Yeah, I mean, Tempo's playing with extreme confidence. And unfortunately, they don't get the full cake there. They just get a little bit of a slice. But, wow, good job,
It's
Tempo.
still 2 points. It's still 2 points.
Look at Dre.
Whatever, dude.
Look at Dre completely surrounded by shoot to kill right now.
Don't come in.
It's like, go away. This is my home. Just please, no.
You want to talk going from 0 to 100 real quick here on Tempo.
Crew needed that, man. They were on the bubble.
Dude, I said dude in a cast. I don't care.
I say dude all the time, dude.
Look, it was like I said, I mean, we can't stress it enough. Crew was sitting on that cusp, on that 8th place with 14 points. Now they just picked up 3 kills, and they're going to survive with 2 more.
Shoot to kill is presently in first. If they were paying attention to the kill feed, they know 3 members just died.
Oh, no.
And they have to assume, hey, Tempo Storm likes to play this, but they might have 1 member left. And I think that your boy Dre, they might have an idea that he's here. Look at the way that they're moving around, being slow on every single push. Got on Civil on the outside of this. Oh, and there we go, trying to get the spray off of it. Can they at least get another point? Your boy Dre gonna move them up to 2 kills so far.
Look, this is classic Tempo. They don't go out with 0
he hit a
kills.
headshot. Tempo, actually, Dre hit a nice headshot on the falling. I think that was Adam. But he's going to back off into the bathroom, trying to get himself a heal. No, it was Alo getting a headshot on the way down.
Tried and true PUBG right there.
He knows, man. They always know to nade the bathroom. Here comes a follow-up. It's going to come through the window and right through the secondary window. Oh, nice Coordination.
Whoa.
Oh, a little bit of damage. Dre's got one more first aid, and he's got shoot to kill at the base of the stairs.
His ears are ringing. He's trying to hear for footsteps right now. Spots out the head of one. Goes for the spray. Onto it. Gets another one. Can he get this? What is with these turnaround fights? Alo's trying to get the nade up on the other side of it. How are we going to see your boy Dre? He manages to get away from the grenade now. He's just listening to the footsteps down below him. Still 2 alive. Is he going to play this aggressive? Looks like he might be thinking about getting a little frisky with it. Jumps down, gets the spray, but will not get that down. But it was a valiant attempt as it stalled them and look right on the edge of the circle.
Well, you can't ever accuse Tempo Storm of not being entertaining, at least in this match.
Wow.
They were all over the early game. Meanwhile, it's Fignaldo. He's doing Fignaldo things. Low-key Esports are trying to center up around the farm. As, wow, what a fun early game.
Well, that's a big raid boss off the board already. Is Tempo now out of the game? Shoot to kill, only 2 players left remaining, so you can't imagine they're going to be playing super aggressive here. And they are actually way outside of circle as well. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens now as you see some fights going on in the middle of the circle here.
Just build.
Just build.
Big problems now, as you can see, a lot of the teams still down to the south. We talked about there might be a big rotation up towards the north, but really a lot of teams didn't get a chance to do that with all these little mini skirmishes that happened. So a lot of the teams still down towards the south, really condensed.
You know what? I think that is a great case of just removing placement points from PUBG forever. Just make it 100% kills and just watch it go bananas in the early game, man.
Why not?
A couple of teams would probably enjoy that. Tempo Storm and Shoot to Kill both being at the top of that list.
Well, there we go. New circle is popped. It's going to go a little bit on the south side, stay on the main island. We've got a little bit of water involved, but for the most part, not too terrible. As we see teams hopping into their vehicles already, trying to find a new location towards the center.
And, and Halo Fine Gaming, ladies and gentlemen.
This is an interesting early game to say the least. By far, probably one of my favorites.
Yeah.
This is you know, they talk about how scrims are troll because there's only 32 players left in.
Whoa!
What is happening here?
Gets the spray down on one of them as somebody runs right up next to it. This is a lot of trouble for Tem's Fate.
Oh!
They're down towards. Oh my lord!
Got him on the vault. And the finish, Temp Fate is not having a great time.
They are presently in 10th.
Yeah, I mean,
with 12 points, tied with the United.
I went down and I had a quick chat with Hypoc. You know, they're having a rough time, and you can see it on their faces. Now Baja and Hypoc are just like, well.
And they're running right into low key.
Yep.
Oh no,
not like this. Temp Fate just.
This is the slowest. This is the slowest escape ever. Jumps out. That's going to be a down. Hypoc still rolling away. I think he managed to survive.
The car was on fire though, so Hypoc going to have to get out. And yep, that's going to be him going down to reloads. Temp Fate out in 15th place. That is going to do it for their NPL Royale run.
Full tilt, I think, for Temp Fate there.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
Endemic, though, is feeling pretty good. Got themselves 2 points. Keep in mind, right now, they're in 2nd place, right back behind Shoot to Kill, and they still have all 4 members up.
You know those, like, police chase videos where they're just, like, on rims and there's just a helicopter hovering above? That's kind of what I thought of there. Temp Fate is like, this is fine. We'll make it.
Let's drag this out a little bit longer. We might be able to get out.
Low-key now over here hanging out right next to Endemic, so potential more fights to happen.
Well, look at Reload. This is good support coming in from the rest of his squad. Reload knowing that Endemic is right here, just holding down the fort, letting his teammates know where they are, and getting support from the rest of the squad here on the southern part of this new circle.
This is one of the things I love about PUBG. Whenever it gets down to these like last couple of games to see who qualifies and who does what, everybody just starts playing a lot more aggressive because they know the stakes are on the line. Wolf takes a lot of damage trying to retreat back just a touch. Something's going to be the defender still holding this wall.
At this point, what else do you have to lose? If you're a team like Luke, you can have a good game here, high kills. That's the only way you can really try to get into the top 8 at this point, so why not go for it? Send it.
You know what, we've seen, we talked about this a little bit before, and there's been some banter from some of the teams, especially on the receiving end of the leaderboard, we'll call it, talking about best of 4. But my question is like, how many more games do you want to play poorly?
Wow. That is savage. Holy gospel. But look, hey, I mean, it is what it is. You get these kind of, you know, there's more tournament formats that are like this that are short form, so you got to learn how to play it, right?
Yeah, absolutely,
so
man.
Send it is, you know, got to learn how to play that 4-game style where you got to go for as many points
Shoot
as you
to
can.
Kill and Tempo on top of the leaderboard. It's still a best of 4.
And they're still having a ton of fun with it. It's almost like you can start to see consistency show real fast.
Yikes.
All right, so here we go. We can see the circle. Everything's about to collapse down. We got Lazarus way down to the south. But really, most everybody has already found themselves a nice little place that they can call home. But it's going to be based off of this next rotation. And I'm evil. I wanted to go northwest.
Do you? Okay, northwest over
There's
towards
nobody over there.
school,
I mean, this is
towards,
a pretty, this is
Potato
like
Mountain.
this is a standard, like easy, not an easy circle, but it's, yeah, this is a kind of a standard issue Erangel circle.
Dead center right there. Not so much to the northwest, but Potato Mountain still in play.
Yep.
A little area where Trifecta and Mustache Dave still has a shot here. You can see Mustache Dave was currently sitting in 11th place with 11 points. They really need Crew to have a rough game here, and Halo Klein if they want to jump them. Already, Y10 Fate is out, so that's already good news for Y10 Fate, or Mustache Dave.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, Crew picking up those early game kills, that's a really good step in the right direction because there's only like 5 or 6 points, at least as this game started, separating, I think it was 10th place and or even 8th place rather, and 11th place. So this is a big deal for these guys trying to sneak into the final day.
Loki's got a lot of violence that's happening around them. Keep in mind, we saw them kind of pushing over towards Endemic a second ago, but looks like they're pretty comfortable with their location they now have. Just kind of doing a little bit of peak battles back and forth.
Yeah, Endemic very comfortable with their spot. They know they're going to be making it to Sunday, so they can kind of do whatever they really want to here, which means that they're going to hide in the compound, not really push anything.
They don't have to at this
point. They don't have to.
No,
I mean, Tempo didn't have to either. But
yeah, I want Endemic to take a page out of that book just to get out there.
Why not see what your team is capable of when you're being hyper aggressive and pushing everything, right?
Well, they're in a kind of a rough spot to be super aggressive. That compound they're in is like,
that is fair.
It's high and low. There's lots of different angles. The way they've kind of taken the low side on, or the low ground on that compound, which they can just chill and hold for a while, and that's Endemic demo. Whoa, careful, filthy. Oh, you got a line, but Cloudtail sneaks past in the initial dossier.
Meanwhile, so we can see a little bit of a skirmish now happening over there. The Hades taking a lot of damage. Cloudtail runs back up right into the Halo bullets, though, and gets taken down. That's going to be a point going over. Keep in mind, Trifecta's already lost one as well, though.
Great snapshot there by Filthy, making sure to get eyes and bullets into Cloudtail before Cloudtail could spot him out.
But overconfident. Overconfident hears this and decides they want a third party. These guys want some points as well, and they're just trying to get involved in it.
Well, overconfident in 6th place with 17 points. They know that they need to be get a few more kills here, a few more points to feel really confident with their top 8 spot.
We're going to keep making that joke, aren't we?
Until one of them gets eliminated.
Why not?
Denial, it's Tetra,
low-hanging fruit,
Tetra and Carbon. They've already lost Cloudtail in his Doriftu as he snuck on past, but for Overconfident, they came across the ridge, they put out a little bit of aggression, now have returned back to their compound, and Carbon's in a smoke cloud, he's trying to escape. Oh, he's getting sprayed through the smoke. I heard a nade prime, there it is. It's Carbon, again, just stuck in the smoke. No follow-up from there. Oh, there it is, maybe.
There is a rock that he's being able to play around right now, and that's kind of what's protecting him. So he's having to juke back and forth between it, but look at all the grenades just going back and forth.
Overconfident, rather.
Yeah, Tetra needs to, I feel like you want to take some shots there, at least to scare him away and protect your teammate a little bit, but Tetra just kind of waiting and trying to line up something a little bit more valuable, but fortunately, I think it might actually have protected them. Trifecta pushing off regardless, and Tetra not giving away his position to Overconfident. So the new circle has popped. It's going to go dead to the center. Again, Mustache Dave feeling great.
He must have paid off the circle in some way. Purchased himself a, this is a Mustache Dave circle if I've ever seen one.
Did a little Mustache Dave dance.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know how that goes.
Well, they've got a great advantage now. They just need to chill for a while. They've got a good compound. They're in dead center. Noble, still 15th place. They're coming in, trying to find a line through Smoke and Aces. Very tentative, open movement here from Noble.
Going to be interesting to see how they choose to play this, because it seems like they were aware that somebody's up towards the top. They were trying to gather a little bit more information. Boom seem to be playing a little bit of a cover role, but Smoke and Aces still have to make their way inside the circle, so they can really gatekeep this out. So Noble seems to be aware that, okay, they're playing this spot now, just trying to juke around. Smoking Aces taking the shots back down towards him now, so that means that Noble has to try to retaliate in some form and fashion, but Will takes a lot of damage.
Yeah, we've seen Noble. We know that Noble is capable, though. We've seen them pull together these 18, 20-point games if they need to. It's just been a while. I mean, we know that they can do it, though.
Yeah, they can do it from time to time. So for Noble, it's a matter of getting that opening frag, or at least getting a down, anything to give them any advantage. They are on the low ground. There's not a lot of cover to work with. Smoke and Aces is going to take the zone, however, on Noble, and they've already put Define Legit and Cherry Poppins in a position to catch them when they get in. So this is smart play from Smoke and Aces to make sure that Noble doesn't have any routes to get around them.
Also kind of hurting them back up towards next to where E United is at. You can see just to the west of where Noble is, they're positioned up, already waiting inside the circle. But there's also a couple other teams around this area that might become influencing factors as we still have Halo Climb.
Smoke and Aces had to come back. They were like, where is Noble at? They haven't moved, and I think that's a big issue with Noble's gameplay. That nade taking him all the way down low health. I think there might have been a follow-up there. Didn't see anything pop off just yet, and that is going to be EDAC going down to Soapylicious, and now Noble already on the back foot, not feeling very good in this fight.
They don't really have any way to escape this either, as Smoke and Aces has taken the high ground. They've taken a nice wide spread. They can get multiple angles of fire onto this and keep track of where Noble goes. The smokes are going to come down. It's a question of can they stay out of the line of sight long enough?
That's why I was kind of curious about how come Noble wasn't using any smokes at that point. It felt like they were trying to hold on to some type of utility but weren't doing anything with it.
And now that the fight has started popping off, United is getting interested. They are actually getting... They were pushing that way, but they started taking fire from a long range way away here. Noble, you just want to see get some shots in.
Yeah,
Send
do something
that way. Yeah, there you go.
They've been kind of sitting in this area for a long time now. They're kind of contained. I can't really fault them for not just pushing head on into Smoke and Aces, but they haven't really made any. There's no game plan. It feels like Noble is trying to execute here.
And Smoke and Ace is in no rush to try to commit anything. They know they have the positioning, but they aren't aware of the snake that's about to pop up and just come after them. As you can see, E United still slowly creeping in. The longer this fight goes on, the worse it is for both of these teams. E United really want to get involved. That's going to be Crow hitting some nice shots onto Fudge. But look at this. He's just waiting and wipes everyone. And good Lord, Crow.
Crow just soloed that entire squad, and there was really nothing. I mean, but now United getting involved.
Already got 2 downs. They are just walking up into this. They're like, oh, hey, I know you're not really damaged, but hey, there's some points over here.
This is still a good position for Smoke and Ace. They took a little bit of damage. I think that I'm not sure if they did lose one there, but they could back off into the zone. But they do have crew that's well, it's just Leda who's kind of snuck around inside. United, however, is on the outside of the zone, and they're fighting an uphill battle. Leda is somewhere. Where is he? He's down below.
Yeah, he's hiding in that little alcove by the tree in the hillside there that we know so well, but everybody knows people like to hide in there. But right now, Leda going to take some long-range shots.
How did Crew Mystery end up right next to Endemic and also next to Low-Key? All those teams are going to have to move, make their way inside the circle. Mustache Dave still hanging out inside the circle.
And this is good for them because they can pick up kills on the side of the zone.
Huge.
Because this is an open area where they come down this little hill. We'll see where Mustache Dave's hanging out shortly. As for Low Key, they've got they're one of those teams. They've got to move, and Lazarus has already got the position in front of them. Shots ring out. It's going to be Low Key.
Looks like Lazarus was trying to make their way around the edge, pick up a couple of kills here, but here come the nades. Both sides, Low-Key still in position. Keep in mind, Crew is still a solo member back behind it, but it's going to be Lazarus who gets a nice shot, and it's going to be Reload going down. Going to follow that through. I don't think that they're going to have time to anything to do with this. The Blues just going to go ahead and finish that off. Now Low-Key, how are you going to move forward? They've got the circle coming in back behind them.
I don't know what they're going to do here. I mean, Lazarus has got, again, a similar situation that we saw with Noble. They don't have a lot of space to move. They're going to just have to take this fight head on and hope it goes their way, but they're getting third party. I think that's Overconfident shooting them from a very long distance.
Yeah, Overconfident keeping an eye on this fight from range. Overconfident also has circle, so this could be a bunch of kills for those boys as they mop up whatever's left. And Fozu's going to go down to Mr. Blown Apart.
That's a Lazarus player right next to him. He's walking right back.
Oh!
Oh, wow.
And that's Low-Key gone.
Yeah, it's that.
But now they have to run, because keep in mind the circle is right there. Lazarus sitting on 5 kills already. Oh no, just 4 kills are at the direct time. But they need to make their way forward. You can see Soapylicious actually went down to the blue up there, so only 1 member left up for that. As E United has now spotted out Halo Climb Gaming. They're separated out. Kaisuku still holding that high ground, but E United never afraid, just running right up into this.
But this is a 3-way fight between E United, Halo Climb, and THC. THC having the high ground here. What can happen? I mean, they don't have any kills just yet. They need to figure out what they want to do. Well, it looks like they're just running for circle.
I mean, they had an opportunity to third party there, and I think that's a big issue. If a team needs points, they need to get involved in that fight. They've got 0. There's still 12 teams alive. This is Kaisuko getting finished off as Halo Climb goes out in 12th place. They needed a good game as well. They were on the bubble.
They were sitting in 7th place with 16 points. Right now, Crew has passed them. They do have 1 player left in Mystery who's just surviving. And meanwhile, Y-Temp Fate is dead. United's still alive. Mustache Dave's still alive. I mean, Trifecta's still alive. There's a lot of teams that could jump them here.
The Happy Campers, they just like to go and get position. They don't necessarily like to take all of these edge fights. But a team like E United absolutely loves it. Adam spots out one, goes for the flush onto it, or just gets it down onto it, I'm sorry. Takes a lot of damage, but Taylor J also taking a little bit of damage on the other side of this. This is just slowing down both fights. Where's the circle going? Nowhere near it. Now they have to rush. They have to figure out how they're going to play this.
They didn't even go for the kill. I mean, Dill Hero's down, but THC is just going to back off of this.
I mean, this is huge for E United right now. They have 5 kills so far. They were sitting in 9th place with 12 points. So this is jumping them that they should end up in the top 8 here.
They still have a position on E United, but they're not going to follow that. They basically just turned it back into a 3v3.
Yeah.
THC's got the low or the slanted angle to watch E United come into the zone, but again, it's time management. THC gets into a fight. How long does it take? They have so far to go, and then they have a compound in front of them. It's just looking forward to the next thing.
Yeah, it's just not having that confidence to push into that fight from THC, which is kind of surprising. You know, you really don't have anything to lose at this point. Why not fight it out and see how it goes?
Look at this. We got shoot to kill sitting at 4 kills right now. They still have 2 members alive. THC's off to the side of them. We talked about the fact that they tend to play a little bit more passive. Shoot to kill, though, known for aggression, but with 2 members not really wanting to overplay their hand yet.
They got to chill for a while.
Oh, and it looks like it's coming apart on the other side as 2 members of Mustache Dave go down to E United. It's going to be Taylor J. We know the fact that this guy has some aim, and he is just trying to connect, but he's not going to get there. We go.
Shoot to kill is Adam.
It's not even Adam. Oh, no.
Just denied there.
Or sometimes the SKS just does not work in your favor. Is now Alo is going to be taking the shots back at THC here. Meanwhile, Mustache Dave losing 2 players. I don't know how many kills they're sitting on. They had that great compound for the longest time, but they have so much work to do still if they want to try to make it into the top 8.
THC, if they go out without a kill, I'm eating mattress tie.
I like this tie. You don't take this tie.
A little soy sauce on the side.
I mean, THC did not pick up a kill there. I think they still have to come in through the south or through the northern side with the zone at their back. Shoot the kills there to catch them. Mustache Dave, however, has got some line of sight. No kills coming out just yet. That's still, yes, 0 kills for THC.
I mean, shoot to kill, they've got themselves a position that they can play right now. Still using a little bit of smokes, not necessarily wanting to make their way down the hill. Remember, this is just to the west, a little bit towards the south as well, but got to be very careful here as it's going to be United coming down. Really, Dave just moved down about another 10 feet. They get spotted out. Look at the amount of damage that's come on to guys. He's just running down. They've got 9 kills, but they're going to go out in 7.
I don't have to eat your tire this time.
That's 10 points, though, for E United, so that might be enough. We just going to have to see what happens as Mustache Dave's still alive. They have 1 player left. Crew still alive with 1 player left. THC now with 2 kills.
So I think that Mustache Dave picked up like 3 or 4 kills. I don't know how many they have so far, but it's only Microfi left standing with 6 teams left up.
Got Trifecta still looking back up this hillside. It's really hard to try to cross back down. There's a couple of hills, a couple of rocks, a couple of trees to play around, but as you run down this hill, not a lot of cover, and there you go. Filthy lines it up, gets the down onto one of them, but still Levi up and alive, but he's going to have to run right over there next to Filthy's other side.
There's a helmet in Adam's camera. I guess his camera must not be working.
Oh, dear.
Filthy, he landed some really nice on-the-move mini shots there, as for now, Levi, the last man standing for THC. He's going to have to figure out getting a little bit further south, because Shoot to Kill is watching the southern flank, I should say.
Overconfident, though. They still have a ton of members up. They're getting control over the circle. All 4 still alive. Not necessarily had the fight too much at this stage, so they're really just been holding down this location. Now everybody's starting to make their way into them very, very damaged.
Well, Trifecta was also in 12th place with 10 points going into this game. They still managed to keep 3 alive here late game. I mean, they've got at least 6 plays worth of points right now, and I think they're sitting on a pretty decent amount of kills, so this could be a big, big game for them as well.
It's so tight that I'm losing track of who had what now with all these points being redistributed around the middle of the leaderboard, so it's going to be close. We have no way to know exactly, well, other than unless
we know Shoot to Kill's probably in it.
Yeah, they're probably fine.
They're probably fine, but look, Overconfident was starting to look. They were like, hey, maybe we could start peeking around this hillside. I think that's a hillside you don't want to peek on.
There goes Mystery.
There goes Mystery. Yeah, that's 6 place points. They had a couple of kills early, courtesy of Tempo Storm, but we're going to have to see if that will be enough for them to hold on to their 8th place position, as Levi is going to try to make his way in now.
Here comes the pressure, though. Is Overconfident going to tunnel vision on the fights that are happening around him? Levi gets taken down. They keep taking pot shots back over towards Levi, but keep in mind, Shoot to Kill is pretty close to them, all things considered, only about 100 meters away, and did not get spotted out by Overconfident.
I think the most that I've seen so far through these 3 games, looking towards the end of the 4th, is just how big of a skill gap there is from the top NPL teams looking at some of these contenders teams. It is massively one-sided, where Shoot to Kill, even kind of messing around, is just getting a ton of kills and is a top 5 team here again.
Look at Microfry crawling in with the hopes of Mustache Dave on his shoulders. He has made it to the top 4. They have a decent amount of kills, but will it be enough? It all remains to be seen. Can he stay hidden for now, as we have Shoot to Kill, Overconfident, and Trifecta all vying for the center of this circle?
Overconfident's got it right now. They're running a 2-2 split, trying to get more control over the circle, but they're already aware, okay, we're going to have 1 more circle shift. Let's go ahead and have as much control over this circle as we can, so that way we can catch everybody as they rotate. But that could come back and bite them depending on how many different angles all these solos come in at. They've got center of the circle, but look, they could potentially be fighting 3 different angled fights.
There's just no way Microfry gets in here without being spotted by Trifecta or OC. They are overconfident, rather. They're all looking that way.
Yeah, Trifecta 4 kills right now. They have their compound in, and I think this might, I don't know. Do you think that this is a more of a prison for Trifecta, as they need more points? They need to kind of get more kills to try to make sure they get that 8th place, but maybe get more placement points.
They can hold on to this at least for a little while, but they're so condensed together that if they get naded or someone gets confident to try and get them, and there's no team better than that than overconfident. Shoot to kill could also third party, but at the same time, looking at the terrain, Microfy might be able to sneak in here.
Here's the problem, though. This is Circle 8, so we're just going to move into Circle 9 right after this. They're going to have to leave this building complex at some point, and Overconfidence got a lot of control over this area. They seem to be very aware, hey, Trifecta's over there, so as long as they keep playing the angles properly, but Shoot to Kill still just trying to sneak their way inside there, as Alo's got himself a nice little spot.
I think Rift spotted Microfy.
Yeah, it looks like Rift spotted. Stab also spotting the boys from Shoot to Kill here, as Microfry trying to crawl in through the smoke. It might have been the smoke that gave him away, but Rift not going to... He's not having it. He's going to have some support here from Shrimzy as they wrap around the side here.
They need the kill. Adam does go down. Microfire is found out. That's a 4th place position now for Mustache Dave. That is much needed placement points. Didn't see the kill total, but again, it's such a jumble at the center of the leaderboard now. Alo not going for the res. Just going to have to crawl it in and see if he can sneak out one more placement.
Yeah, they had definitely spotted out Adam a while ago, but no shots had come towards Alo just yet.
No flush, and look, there's this rock here, so now Alo's thinking about coming back for it.
Yeah, this is
risky.
Trevor
Trevor has a pretty good idea. He's like, okay, where's it coming from? Gonna go ahead and flush it out. There goes the grenade as well. Oh, and he saw the foot, taking the shots back over there. Alo takes a ton of damage. Trifecta, this could be your time, but a little bit slow on rotation there. They're finally starting to make their way. They're pushed forward, but it's just a second too late.
This is a nice setup for Trifecta, and Overconfidence got good map control. We'll see if they can get it out.
Oh, but Rift is so huge right here. He's got the big flank going on. I'm not sure if Trifecta's aware of it just yet, but Thier's going to take the shots at Trevor.
Trying to get a couple of shots back and forth. It's just a peak battle between that, and there's got a lot of damage onto it, but Hades, Filthy, now holding 2 different angles onto this. They're going to spot out another one. They're going to try to get as many downs off of this as possible. They're starting to get this a turnaround, trying to deny arrest. Steps up and goes down. Now it's just onto Hades. We've got Stab and Shrimzy on the other side of this. Hades is on an outside flank, trying to do a little bit of a drop shot back over towards Shrimzy. He takes a lot of damage, but it does not matter, as it's going to be Overconfident coming up with 11 kills in a round win.
Filthy wants that one back, man. Filthy wants that one back. He had a great flank. He had a man down, plus a guy looking away from him. Got turned on, and that's Overconfident, getting some confidence and taking it.
That's still 10 points coming out for Trifecta, so will it be enough? I don't know. We'll have to wait until the final thing. But Overconfident looking really, really good today. They came in right now with 17 points, picking up another 1st place victory, and that's 11 points, 21 points
Look at the
total.
Trifecta guys. They're doing the head shake. They're like, I don't think we got enough.
Look at Overconfident for a team that filled in. Basically, it was a replacement team for Yellow Pie Gaming after they couldn't make NPL contenders. These guys are coming out and making a statement today.
It was looking really good. I mean, for Overconfident, they had really good map control. They had the center of the zone basically locked down. Filthy did, unfortunately, whiff a couple of shots there at the very end with the AK. But again, Overconfident just played that very, very well. They cleaned up on the edge of the zone. Just a well-played game.
Make people play off of the way you want to play the late game. If you have the numbers, force that control, and you can see how dominant you can be whenever you get those style of positions. Make everybody play around how you want to play.
I have to see how things go. I mean, look, Mustache Dave does manage to make it to top 4 with 5 kills, but look at this crew, 6th place on the shoulders of Leda with 5 kills to himself. United, 7, 8, 9 kills as well in 7th place. I mean, there's some of these teams that were on the brink that performed really, really well coming in this last game.
Surviving Tempo Storm could be the game changer. That might let them sneak in, hold down that position, and get into Sunday's event.
There's just no way for us to know right now. We could try and guess all we want, but I mean, overall, this format, the way that this has played out so far, it's very stressful. I mean, obviously you have...
Unless you're Tempo Storm or Shoot to Kill, then you're having a little fun.
Starting out of the gate super strong is key in a best of 4, because if you play non-confident or if you're kind of tentative and you don't want to take any risks, you find yourself, like Mustache Dave, unfortunately, going back-to-back 14th places, which then puts your back against the wall. You have to get desperate, and that's not where you want to be in a very short series like this one.
Well, we saw what happened with Endemic. Endemic coming in with that game 1 win, and it just through the rest of the day, they played well. I mean, they didn't have anything that was, you know, awe-inspiring, but they played well enough to keep first place and hold on to first place and make enough points to guarantee themselves a position on Sunday.
I mean, that's endemic, though. They're very strong.
Yeah, they're
like,
very
if
consistent.
they get a good win, they'll just play off of it and continue to hold.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, that's it for the best of 4. We're going to tabulate the scores, but for now, we've got Rachel standing by with the Overconfident boys.
Thank you, guys. It is Rift that I'm talking to here on the stage to wrap things up. And we just found out that you guys are now tied for second. Is that the outcome you expected?
Yeah, really. Excited to come play.
Yeah, some people would shy away from the descriptor of overconfident. You guys really seem to embrace it.
Yeah, it's an old team name that we were just brought back, so.
Well, you brought some fire back in the form of this last strategy we saw on this last map here. So you guys made it to the very end. Not a lot of contenders teams got to talk to me here on the stage today. You are one of the few teams that made it. What separates you guys from the pack?
We've just got a lot of experience. Like, a lot of us have played at a high level for a really long time. We just are messed up and are in contenders.
Well, tell me a little bit about your gaming experience. You've played on stages like this. You've had a competitive history because as we saw, we were watching Richard Lewis earlier on. He was saying that there's no training like actually playing in competition.
Yeah, so Shrimsy, Stab, and I have all played on LANs and at different orgs for the last 2 years. So yeah, we've had a lot of experience with stuff like this.
And do you think that's going to come into a play in a big way on Sunday when you got an $80,000 prize pool on the line?
Yeah, I think having experience and being confident with what you're doing is really important.
Well, since you are our only contenders team to make it here to the stage at the end of Group A on day 1 of the NPL Royale, I want to give you the chance to address all your fans and say something to everyone cheering for you in chat.
Rift Hypers.
Rift Hypers, I'll take it. All right, thank you so much, Rift, for the insight. We'll be seeing more of you on Sunday. And for now, I'm going to give it back to the casters.
Wow, strong language and strong eye contact there from Rift as well. I'd like to see the intensity as we are now looking at the leaderboards for match number 4. We are we're just match 4, not overall, overconfident, taking 21 points, followed there by E United and Trifecta.
That's big points coming. I mean, look at that, 9 points off of kills for E United. That's a big performance there at the end. They really wanted to find their place here on Sunday.
Now, I got to talk about morale for just a second, because we've had White Team Fate hasn't necessarily had the best couple of weeks, and also coming in with the last place based off of that one's going to also deny them going in on Sunday.
Momentum.
That's going to be hard for them.
Momentum. That's a big deal. I mean, you got to keep your mental game strong in PUBG, and it's not been going that well for White Temp Fate as they have a disappointing showing here in the Royale, but for Mustache Dave and everybody else, we'll see who makes it. As we have the bottom half, it is Noble, Low-Key, Denial. This is all the boys that did not have a good day today.
Yeah, White Team Fate, Smoking Aces, Halo Client Gaming, going to narrowly miss it. Remember, it's going to be our top 8 teams that make it on towards Sunday.
Look at this. I mean, look at, is that not typical Smoking Aces? 12 kill points, 14 total points.
Placement points are not their forte, but let's take a look and see who's making it to the NPL Royale Finals on Sunday. Oh, baby, it's very close. The first couple of teams is Happy Camp. Oh, no,
1
Dave.
point.
Oh, they don't make it. Unfortunate. THC will sneak in, tied with Lazarus. E United will come in with 22 points, and Crew, those early game kills, put them over the top.
Think about
they
that.
can thank
Surviving.
Tempo. Send Tempo a card later. You got 5 kills.
I don't know if you thank Tempo for that early game. I think you just
Mustache
gotta go,
Dave
okay.
is dying over there. 1 point away from that top 8, but we are going to see another team that had a great final game here. Trifecta almost making it into the top 8 as well. You can see tied with Dave for 20 points, but Team Crew 1 point.
That's all it took, but Shoot to Kill takes the #1 overall spot, followed by Overconfident, Endemic, and Tempo Storm. What a day for Shoot to Kill. They cruised into the finals.
Points with
Just
33 kills.
Just 20 points ahead of second place. It's
okay.
That's like 2 weeks worth of NPL stats right there.
This is indicative of Shoot to Kill though, the way they've been playing. We've been saying they started off doing well, but they had minor adjustments that they need to make to be great, and those adjustments have been kicking off and paying off in absolute spades.
Well, we've got 2 more days. We got tomorrow for Group B, and then we head into the finals, and then after that, it is back to regular NPL action next weekend, and then we're looking at the last half of the season after this midway point before the relegation matches on the 22nd and the 24th.
I mean, I gotta say, we've been seeing some absolutely crazy matches. Like, okay, let's be honest, that last round was ridiculous. I absolutely loved Tempo Storm playing with so much confidence there.
Yeah, I mean, it was a really fun day just to see all these guys interacting. Again, just the NPLC teams and the chaos caused by mixing up a lobby like this with very high-level teams. It was a lot of fun, Portal.
Well, there's also a lot of NPLC teams that have made it into our top 8. We're going to be seeing them again on Sunday. So, I mean, look, this is sending a message saying, hey, we're here to play too. We can do this. We can hang.
I gotta say, I'm a little sad because we're not gonna see Cloud9 and Dave playing against each other. I kind of wanted that.
Well, that's it for us here today. Thank you for supporting PUBG Esports. We will see you guys tomorrow for Group B action here at the OGN Super Arena.
Nothing in my way will make me be afraid, and I can feel